Next up, we're going to bring back our music guest, Miss Mo Davis of the Flutterbies. Thank you very much. She needs help up the stage. She's wearing heels tonight.
Nice shoes.
Nice shoes.
Yeah!
Mo is a little disappointed that she's the only guest tonight who does not have the word love in her name somewhere, so. Mo Davis Love.
Mo love.
Mo Love. Mo Love. Mo Love.
Mo love and special sauce.
Mo Love and special sauce.
I don't know.
So, how are you?
Good.
Good, good. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Than's for having me.
Hey, no problem.
I got a makeover.
You did.
I was doing this, you know, these guys over here, I work with them at Rock Nation. Hi, Andrew.
I'm old.
Andrew's my private Muppet.
She said he was the animal from the Muppets. And again in slow motion.
No, thank you.
And, all right.
No, I love these guys. No, so I was doing this whole rock and roll chick thing with the, you know, the Patti Smith sleeveless T-shirt, kind of like what you were wearing a little bit earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But no spandex.
No spandex.
You know, the black jeans and everything. And then I went to my friend Circe Link, who's this cowboy jazz artist and a model and a stylist, and she said, "Oh, you are so Ava Gardner." We're doing the pencil skirts, we're doing the heels, so I'm trying to learn how to walk in big girl shoes.
How's it going for you?
It's good.
Yeah?
As long as you help me.
Okay. I'll get out. There we go. And go upstairs. Very
Yeah.
nice. So, your group, the Flutterbies. That's a wonderful, unique name. There's some meaning behind that name.
Yeah, all the band members are in like 6 different bands each. They just kind of flutter by.
So you have like maybe a core group and then a few others that sort of pass through?
Yes, I do. Except Mr. Bart Ryan has been playing with me for as long as he's at the core of the band, I feel safe. In fact, Bart is producing my CD.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now, how long before that CD is going to come out?
Oh, I don't know, November?
Don't look at me.
We hope November.
Okay, okay. So, now, you've been playing music your whole life, or you discovered later in life, or?
My mom was a big band singer.
Big band singer, so you grew up with music in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah? Lots of like records being played, she sang a lot, or?
Lots of vacuuming and girl stuff. No, she was, my mom was in the USO, like when she was 14, and, you know, that was World War II. I was kind of a mistake. I was the product of the second marriage. They were older, and they're like, "Do we have a dog? We have a baby." Oh, look.
Whoops!
We'll name her Maureen.
Whoops, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. So she was a World War II teenager, and she was a pinup girl, and she sang with the Dorseys.
Okay.
And then, so when I got old enough, when I grew up, I had like Hebrew school and Hebrew music, and then I had this swing stuff. And my mom would crank it like louder than you guys play your music at home, I'm sure. It's just, she would crank it and vacuum like every Sunday. It was
In a girdle.
In a girdle.
Awesome. At 8 a.m.?
At 8 a.m. 8 a.m. vacuuming in her underwear.
And did it wake you up?
I just kept my door closed.
Pillows over the head?
No,
no. Then you go out to yell at her about it, but then you see her vacuuming in a girdle.
And then we'd harmonize.
Little boogie woogie bugle boy or something like that.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, so you've been around music all your life. You've been making music most of your life. Like, what did you start? Did you study voice right away? Did you start learning other instruments, or how did where was your entry point?
Well, it's interesting because my earliest musical background was Jewish music. It was Hebrew music. I was going to be a rabbi, and I was like convinced. I'm going for it.
Oh, Hashem.
Yeah, thank you. Yom Tov. And so
I
I was
what
like,
was just said.
I was like, have a good day, have a good Rosh Hashanah, apples and honey, all that good stuff. And I really was involved in the temple, and we had a very, very active music program. And so I was learning all this like Baroque type stuff and minor chords and just really incredible music. And my bat mitzvah, I bought myself a guitar at JCPenney. It was cute. And I used to play the organ. I had a 22-key organ at home. I don't know why 22 keys. That's not even like the correct amount of notes in it. It should be 24 or something. It's 22. And
it was on sale.
It was on sale. That's why. You don't need these 2 extra keys. I had little hands. So yeah, so that was my background. And then Mom had the swing music. And then when I got into high school, I was studying opera and going to all these contests. And I was the little girl with the big voice. And I was like, ah! So did that.
Oh, how was that?
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Don't worry about it.
A-H-A-A-H. And with the little slidey thing. And then I discovered Bernadette Peters.
Talk about a good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I decided I had 3 idols. I had Karen Black because of Terror Trilogy.
Yeah.
And Bernadette Peters.
Okay.
And Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, very nice.
And I used to listen to Bonnie Raitt records and that my big sister gave me and play along, and that's how I taught myself guitar.
You taught yourself guitar listening to Bonnie Raitt records.
Yes.
That's a great way to go.
It was very cool.
That's
So
a great way to go.
yeah, and my sister played a little bit too, and we just did that. So that's kind of what happened, and then I moved to New York, and I actually got to work with Bernadette Peters. I was her stunt woman in Into the Woods.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, so I had this like Broadway thing, and I was like, oh great, I get to make money in music, woo! And
But you're doing stunts.
yeah, well, yeah, it was like the best kept secret on Broadway. It wasn't until the show was closed that we were allowed to tell people what we did. I was her 4 minutes a night. I was the it was when she turns from ugly to beautiful. I was the ugly.
Oh. Well, we think you're beautiful. So you started at a very young age, opera, Bernadette Peters. When did you start turning on to the style of music that we heard you play earlier, the kind of music that you're playing now?
Well, that's interesting because that started when I was listening to Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, okay.
And playing along. I was playing along with Bonnie Raitt and James Taylor, and then when I got into high school, it was Kaylin and Bon Jovi. They were so cute. They were Jamie. And Chrissy Hine and Hart, and I started really getting into the rock and roll.
Okay.
And then
I'm just rolling while you rock.
rock and or roll.
And or rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in New York, when I was doing the Broadway stuff, I was taking the money I was making on Broadway and going into the recording studio and recording my own stuff and really learning how to songwrite. And then I think what happened is when I came to LA, I got a job in a recording studio.
Okay.
And I started, I could have unlimited hours there, and my friends were engineers and instrumentalists, and we just started jamming and writing, and that's pretty much when I just felt like I arrived in rock and roll.
Okay.
Yeah, but this particular style, which I guess you call alt country, it's kind of
It's
a
a
rock
great term. I love it.
thing. Yeah, alternative country. It's hard because you don't want to fit into a box with music.
Right.
There's so many influences. I just told you I had like Broadway music and Jewish music and Bonnie Raitt and
Opera training.
Zeppelin and opera. It's like, well, what style of music would that make? I
The
think
Flutterbies. That's what
the
it is.
Flutterbies. Yeah, I think ultimately what happens, and in what I'm learning, and especially from Bart too, as my producer, is that it's what suits the song. What's the story you're telling, and how are you going to tell it, and and the instrumentation, everything falls together that way. Yeah, it's kind of an exciting process, and just being yourself.
Right. Right. So are you?